right, Bruce, what's next?
I'm here to talk about the nominee in the fantasy category. It's a book called Hawk by Stephen Bruce, noted fantasy author. And this is the Vlad Tolto series. It's the 13th book in the Vlad Tolto series.
Wow, 13th. So how do you keep track of the voices from book 1 all the way to book 13?
A lot of narrators use cheat sheets or crib notes, but fortunately nowadays what's most relied on is the audio files themselves, where because of digital audio, you put a marker in, you can cue it up, and even if it's 6 books back in the series, you can say, hey, you don't really call up that voice that I did in book 5. I don't remember what I did. He hasn't come up since. And they're able to pull it, and the narrator can hear it and gauge how he did that performance, or whether it's consistent with what he's doing now, or if it has to change, things like that. So it's fairly easy to call up voices in past books in the series, even though they might have been done months or even years ago. So that's one advantage of recording digitally that we have.
Fantasy sometimes presents a unique challenge in that they make up words. Those authors make up words. No one knows how to say them. How does a narrator, how does a producer work with that?
Well, hopefully they keep track of them if they're doing their homework. But one thing at Audible that we've had great success with is we put the narrator in touch with the author directly so that they can consult on exactly those issues, pronunciations, characterization, and anything in between. And sometimes it's very minor and they think, oh, good luck, I'm glad you're doing my book. Call me if you need anything. And sometimes it's quite extensive, especially with a series of this length where there's literally hundreds of characters. And Bernard Clark, who narrated all of the books, this is book 13, I think there's going to be 17. If I'm not mistaken. All of them haven't come out yet. But he has a great relationship with the author, and they're able to put their heads together and come up with any solutions to any kind of walls that they may hit. So and he has a cast of characters in his back pocket that he's used that he finds that really that fans really respond to. It's got a loyal cult following. The first book came out in '83. So over all those years, they've just followed and waited for the next book to come out.
And one of the main characters in this one is a dragon, right?
Right, yeah.
What does the dragon sound like?
Well, it's a good question. I think Bernard would know.
Fiery?
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about fantasy. They're allowed to really go a little bit more broadly with their characterizations, where you wouldn't be allowed that in some other genres, like sort of straight nonfiction, let's say.
It's fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.